Hi everyone, welcome to this Reckon 1 how-to video. Today, we'll take you through how to create an invoice in Reckon 1. To create a new invoice, click Day to Day in the navigation menu, and then select Invoices. You'll be taken to the Invoice List screen where you'll see a list of any existing invoices. You can cycle through the tabs at the top to filter the list of invoices by all, unpaid, overdue, and paid statuses. To create a new invoice, click the Add button. This is the new invoice creation screen, which allows you to create a new invoice, and let's go through a quick example. At the top, you'll see the invoice number for this new invoice you're creating. Below that, you can select to see the letterhead during invoice creation. The information displayed on your invoice letterhead is retrieved from your Reckon 1 book settings. By default, your invoice will be created using the template that is selected as your default template in your book settings. If you'd like to change the invoice template used, click the Options button on the right, then select your desired template. A really cool feature when creating invoices is the ability to use keyboard shortcuts, which allows you to further streamline your data entry. Click the Help option in the top right corner when creating an invoice to see a full list of shortcuts available. Okay, let's get on to creating your new invoice. First, select the customer for your invoice from the drop-down list, or simply start typing the customer name in the field and then select the appropriate customer. Next, set the invoice date. Next, set the payment terms for the invoice. If you've set payment terms for the specific customer in their profile information, this field will be automatically pre-filled for you. Set a due date for the invoice. The due date will be automatically set based on any payment terms selected in the previous field. Add any other relevant information such as purchase order numbers, classifications, and reference codes if required. If you have invoice reminders set up and switched on, you'll be able to turn the invoice reminders on or off for this particular invoice from the Invoice Reminders option here. Now let's add some items to your invoice. You can add a single item from the Item field, or if you'd like to add multiple items in one go, select the Add Multiple Items button and then tick which items you'd like to add. Alternatively, you have the option to add items from the customer's last invoice using the Add from Last Invoice button. Ensure that you designate the correct quantity for the items you've added. If you'd like to add a discount for that specific line item, you can do so by entering a percentage or dollar value for that item in the discount field. As you enter items, a new row will automatically appear, allowing you to enter the next item. Alternatively, you can select the option to add multiple rows in one go by selecting the Add Rows button, then selecting Add 1, 3, 5, or 10 rows from the list. You'll also note there is an option to add a text-only row. This is a handy way to add some spacing between your items, or add some additional information via text should you want to. If you'd like a little more screen real estate on the invoice creation screen, you have the flexibility to show or hide particular fields by selecting the Show Hide Columns button. Simply toggle on or off any fields that you'd like to include or exclude from your invoice. Similarly, you can also resize any field on your invoice. For example, if you'd like to increase or decrease space that certain fields take up on screen, simply hover your mouse over one of the columns, then click and drag to resize. You also have the ability to reorder rows by clicking and dragging the row icon on any row and moving it to any position you'd like. Once you've added your items, verify the total balance of the invoice to ensure it's correct. If you'd like to add any notes for this specific invoice, you can add them in the Notes field. Any payment details that you have added to your invoice template settings will display in the Payment Details field. If you'd like to add attachments to this invoice, such as supporting documentation or images, you can do so by drag and dropping supported files in the attachments area. Any attachments that you've uploaded will be listed. If you'd like these attachments to be sent to the customer in the invoice email, toggle on the Shared tab on any attachments you'd like to include in the email. When you're ready, click Save and your invoice will be finalized. Alternatively, clicking the Email button will both save your invoice and open the email window to send your invoice in one go. The email window will allow you to change any aspects of the email, such as adding a CC or BCC, changing the subject, or the email message itself. When you're happy, click Send and your invoice will be sent via email. If you'd like to print your invoice, click the Print button and a new tab will open showing you a preview of your invoice, which you can then print to your local printer. That's it, you've successfully created an invoice and it will now appear on the invoice list screen. Thanks so much for watching. For more help and support, please visit us at help.reckon.com or join our community at community.reckon.com.